Hey there people, how's it going? This is Cross the Rubicon channel. I've just been having a great conversation with a South African mate of mine, and we were speaking about the wars, or a particular war that's happening right now in Ukraine between the Russian Bear and Ukraine, or Western Ukraine. There's really Ukraine's always been part of the Russian sphere of influence. They speak Russian. They have their own language in Western Ukraine, but all Ukrainians speak Russian. And Western Ukrainians have their language, but Eastern Ukrainians mostly speak Russian. Is there such thing anymore as a just war? Has there ever been such thing as a just war? I don't really know. Our wars all fought over land, money, power. Have they all been fought by, four elites sending men over the ages of the lower classes, especially men, to fight for a cause, to make much more influential, arguably much more educated, certainly much more psychopathic men, to make even more money than they had before. And I think that's what's happening now in the Ukraine. You know, big corporations stand to make fortunes. Arms companies making fortunes. Politicians making fortunes. Even what's happened over the last 3 years, you know what I mean? This kind of thing. Politicians, big tech billionaires making fortunes. And even politicians, pub landlords, friends, family members made fortunes out of, I don't know, wearing the old and all kinds of safety stuff, investing in it and making bloody fortunes. Some of them became multi-millionaires just because they were in the know, basically. And these same people are connected to these same people who are driving what's happening in the Ukraine now. It's not, I'm not really a very religious bloke, to be honest, but I do believe that this is satanic. The whole thing is satanic, and it's even worse now. Is because what's so bad now is that the media have been completely infiltrated. Nearly every single journalist has been infiltrated, and they lie, and they know they're lying to the public. And the nudge units, psychologists that work for the governments, and they know how to nudge the general public in a particular direction into believing what they want them to believe. I've just drove through Christchurch in New Zealand, and I'm still seeing people in cars by themselves, wearing the old, by themselves in a car. This is insane. This is insanity. I hope you can see me. The sun's shining now. Funny enough, it's mostly old people. It's mostly in the 60s, maybe late 60s. They really do believe that they are, this thing about that's going to kill them if they don't do it, and they feel better in themselves by wearing what they're wearing. It's just crazy. It really is. It's just crazy. But these same people believe everything they see in the media, everything. I dare say many of you watching this video don't even watch the media anymore. I don't watch any of the media. Even the ones in New Zealand, especially, because New Zealand there is no alternative media. There's some that masquerade as being alternative media, but they're not. They're not, because they, without mentioning names, but there's one particular show in New Zealand that masquerades as the voice of the people kind of thing. That's not what it's called. It just masquerades as the voice of the people. And yet the main host of that show quite often calls people who aren't that, calls them conspiracy theorists. And yet, you know, even people on my side of the fence tune into him, because sometimes he gets it right, but most times he gets it wrong, as far as I'm concerned. And there's others too. There's other channels, one just been set up without mentioning names, but I believe a couple of people on that show are frauds, and there is a lot of frauds in New Zealand, as there is everywhere else. They masquerade as being of the people and representative of the silent majority, when I don't think they do. Well, in fact, I know they don't represent anything, only themselves. And if they got into power, they would do much as the politicians of the past have done. And I've said it many times over. If you were a politician or a budding politician with integrity, real integrity, and you were vying for votes, maybe in local councils, maybe the mayoralty of Christchurch, like Carl Bromley was last year, or being an MP or something like that, the media would come after you and destroy you, and they would destroy you on behalf of globalists, because they're paid for by globalists. So in the Western world, democracy really is dead, because the media, the press, will destroy anybody who doesn't toe the line. So you have to question them who the media do promote. You have to. And who certain journalists, talk show hosts, who they do promote. And I think, people should be viewed with suspicion, who get all the limelight and free publicity in the media. And for me, as you know, I can be quite controversial, and that's just me, that's my style. I think I'm pretty honest. I do curb a lot of things I've said. I curb it now, but I still believe in it. And I think it's much more refreshing to be able to say what needs to be said and take the risk of a backlash from the media and lunatics who want to destroy freedom of speech. So I just I can't stand men and women, and mostly men, politicians, who will prevaricate and schmooze their way into getting someone's vote, and they have no intention of doing what's right, be it in local politics or national politics. They will never do what's right, because nearly all of them are controlled by someone else. Basically, they sell their souls. sellouts. And that's why I believe that if you're as honest as the day is long and you have true integrity and honesty, morality, and you stick to that, then they will make sure. And you're incorruptible. You're unvenal. They will destroy you because you have to be able to. They want people in there, in power, no matter what level of power. They want people that can be corrupted. And that's the way of the world right now. It comes out of the United States, it comes out of the UK, it comes out of France, it comes everywhere. It's Australia, New Zealand, Canada, everywhere. Because this is the New World Order. People just need to wake up and realise what's happening. I'm not sure they ever will. Okay, this is Cross the Rubicon. Please like, leave a comment, watch my videos, subscribe, share my videos everywhere. Okay, see you later.